Oftentimes we talk about how the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry in particular changed the game, but I'm thinking the Cleveland Cavaliers have also changed the game. They went from like small ball to tall ball, and I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to have a big comeback next season. Colin Sexton's going to be back in the saddle. Looking forward to them.
Wait a minute, and they said we can get even bigger. Let's add Robin Lopez to our list.
Yeah, let's add Evan Mobley's brother Isaiah.
Let's put his brother on it too. Like the Cleveland Cavaliers said, we're not here to play. Matter of fact, their run that they had in the 2022 season was, in my opinion, it exceeded my expectations. I ain't gonna even hold you on it, but I will tell you this: that they ready for next season.
Ooh.
And that's the team I'm checking for. Oh, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Sexton coming back, and then Darius Garland just got that contract. Yeah, he proved it. He was so amazing last season. Now with that experience, and now he's going into his next season with that and the additional play. How big they gonna be? So you think you about to get these young, fast Darius Garland and Colin Sexton, and y'all gonna get past the wall? I mean, they're gonna have 4 people on the court that's over 6'9", like
yeah,
just big. And then not only that, then they re-signed. They still have Kevin Love, and then they re-signed Ricky Rubio. Now I'm sorry, Ricky Rubio was balling before he got injured. He was balling. So that roster and what they're putting into practice for next season, yeah. I'm with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I got them on my list. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to go to the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, I'm riding the Chicago Bulls again. Can I just tell you that their season for me, the way it ended disappointed me. Like, you got DeMar DeRozan out here demolishing teams on the 2-ball. Like, what? And then Zach LaVine, although he was compromised.
Yes.
I want to say twice last season. One with a hand injury, and then another one, a little nag that came up a little bit later in the season. And Zach LaVine just signed his new contract. The Chicago Bulls, don't play with me next season. Like, if they can stay healthy, like with any team, but if they can stay healthy, and if Lonzo Ball can stay healthy, and then if everybody else is coming and play, and Caruso, please don't injure Caruso again this season. Don't injure him, because again, Caruso is another X factor in the Chicago Bulls roster that can really make the difference between a game, because his defense is phenomenal. Lakers, they're still kicking themselves by getting rid of him, right? Because y'all don't want to pay him. You don't want to pay Caruso? Okay, good. That's okay. No, he's over here with the Bulls making a statement and making a name for himself. And for them to at least still make it to the 6th seed, at least they did end the season in the 6th seed, but to be kicked out in round 1, it took the wind out of my sail. I was really disappointed because I had high hopes. They were riding high and they fell. Oh, they didn't fall all the way. They fall out. They just fell down. So,
the way the Bulls ended their playoff run, I mean, 4-1. If you think about that one game that they won, DeMar DeRozan, 41 points, and it still wasn't enough. He just didn't have his complement of players, right? Caruso, Alonzo, and Zach was kind of in and out as well. I'm telling you one thing, if Billy Donovan can have his full roster next season, and he does not complete the job, at least get to the second round of the playoffs, bye-bye, Billy.
Bye.
Yes. Yeah. There's no way the Chicago Bulls keep Billy Donovan with that. I mean, level of talented players and not being able to go deep in the playoffs is unacceptable. He'll be gone. The Bulls are definitely on my list as well. Now, let me tell you, the Milwaukee Bucks disappointed me last playoff run. They lost in the second round to the Boston Celtics, who went on to the NBA Finals. But I'm telling you, I just think they're going to have a big comeback because hopefully Khris Middleton will be back in the saddle. Oh my goodness. If we didn't know before, we now know Khris Middleton is a key piece to what the Milwaukee Bucks are able to do.
Khris Middleton's that dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know it's all about Giannis.
Yeah.
But it's all about Giannis when Khris Middleton's on the floor as well. That was the difference maker in their success. If we really want to be honest. It was Khris Middleton not playing. That was a difference maker for sure.
Yeah, they're going to make a big comeback, but just think about it here. The Boston Celtics were able to key in on Giannis because Khris Middleton was out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they gave him that KD defense, and when KD was shook, it didn't work. But Giannis still averaged pretty good stats in the playoffs. But I think the Milwaukee Bucks are going to have a big comeback.
You know what? A team that I think is going to have a comeback, at least to make it maybe top 8 seed in the West, is going to be the Portland Trailblazers.
Okay.
Yeah, Dame's gonna come back healthy. He had his surgery because that his abdominal injury has been a nagging injury for quite maybe a few seasons. So he finally had the surgery. He was able to recover. But not only that, they did lose CJ McCollum. I cannot wait to see how Dame, because this will be the first time that I see Dame Dollar play without CJ, in a season. So Dame is one of them, yes. But not only that, they added Jeremy Grant,
yes,
Gary Payton, the second, Gary Payton, who just won a championship with the Warriors. He's now on the Portland Trailblazers. Josh Hart. Who else they got? They just signed Yusuf Nurkic to a contract, an extension contract, and then they got Simons. And now I get a chance to see Chauncey Billups finally have a healthy roster where he can finally put his coaching abilities to the test. So yes, he was a coach last season, but I still think it was with a compromised roster, right? You only can do what you can do. But what he's able to now, along with the partnership that he's been able to develop with Dame Dollar, and that shows up on the court, I cannot wait. So the Portland Trailblazers will be top 8 seed next season, I think.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to take it to the Mile High City and talk about the Denver Nuggets. Now, they finished last season 48-34, were number 6 in the Western Conference. Unfortunately, came up against the Golden State Warriors. Got kicked out real quick. I mean, the Warriors, they were just clicking on all cylinders. The Nuggets, we all know they were compromised without their key players. But I'm telling you, they are going to have a big comeback because now, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., then they had nerve to add KCP, proven champion, Bruce Brown, and arrested Jokic for next season. It's going to be amazing.
The Denver Nuggets?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think they can have a comeback as well. Wow. Okay, so you know who I have? I'm going to come back to the sunny city of Los Angeles, California. The Clippers. Yes.
Well,
I'm going all the way. Yes. And again. And again, with a healthy Kawhi, a healthy Paul George. They in 2021 they made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. In 2022, they were compromised because Kawhi Leonard got injured in the playoffs. I'm just saying, with a healthy Kawhi and with the pieces that they added, especially with John Wall, I believe they will have a comeback this season, and they will be in the playoffs with a solid roster as long as everybody is healthy. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the Clippers will do next season. And yes, they will have a comeback. Yes, because they got played out of the play-in tournament in 2022. So they have to come back.
Okay. I agree with you. The Clippers are going to be fun to watch. They are going to have a comeback season, but it's funny how we always have to say that caveat, like only if they're healthy.
But that's with every team. Actually, it's with every team. It's with the healthy Milwaukee team. You tell me which team did it without without their superstar not being there.
I just feel like the Clippers, they just have like an elevated injury presence in the NBA.
That's fair. I can accept that. I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree. And it's only because of Kawhi Leonard, and nobody likes the fact that he's out and when everybody else can be out. Got it.
Every time.